Are you still giving that stipend as we speak?
We do.
Okay, but there are people who are writing in here. Ikeoku says that we should let you know that Imo State students and Imo State Polytechnic students pay 20,000 naira till today.
I don't know about that, and I don't know who is writing. But I know that it's a public domain that education in Imo State is free on tuition.
But have you not heard that they pay some tuition in Imo State University and Imo State Polytechnic?
No, I'm not aware. But let me tell you one of the...
But it was only recently, just a moment, before you give an answer to that. It was only recently that there was a furore in Imo State University. Our station covered that particular incident. I believe that you were also spoken to, about what exactly was happening in Imo State University. Are you aware of any such crisis over fees or no fees?
I am not aware of any current crisis if it's in Imo University.
Yes.
I'm aware of a crisis that resulted from lack of communication when a particular higher institution thought that they were relocating the higher institution. That's the one I can remember. And I spoke to one of your guys. And they discovered that government was not relocating to Olo. Okay. Government is only building an extra campus, and that calmed the nerves. They only thought they were relocated. I don't know of any student crisis in Imo State University, but I know that day after day, people are pouring encomiums on the government. But let me explain to you. I don't know who is writing, but there are those who are running what I may call professional courses, which is outside the normal university curriculum. And I know it's an internal arrangement between the university.
They don't benefit from the free education policy of the state?
No, they shouldn't. These are people who are already working, earning money and paying taxes. They could organize some sort of part-time program for them. It's like executive programs. The executive program cannot benefit.
If you discover that Imo State students, Imo State University students and Imo State Polytechnic students pay 20,000 naira, what would the state do?
Well, let me also explain this. The much I can tell you is that every year, every time, the government distributes checks of 100,000. I have two of my wards who are in Imo State University. They collect 100,000 naira.
From the state?
Yes, we pay to the university, because that's how the thing operates. The government wants to ensure that people actually appreciate that this is real. You understand me? Because if you look at it, in a state, I don't want to mention the name, that is about 20 times richer than Imo State. I know the fees have been hacked to 150,000 naira.
Okay, but if Imo State's government were to discover tomorrow that students are actually paying this 20,000 naira, what would this?
Well, I will follow up and find out why. But I cannot even claim that I am 100%.
No, because it will be contrary to the policy.
No, let me explain
free
to you.
education policy.
I cannot say I am an authority on the education program in Imo State. I'm Commissioner for Information at this country.
You're an authority on information.
Yes, I'm authority on information. Thank you. But I wish I had brought the Commissioner for Tertiary Education and the non-formal education, I believe the Commissioner for Primary and Secondary Education. I'm sure that all the details you're looking for will have been given to you.
Okay.
But let's, if you have a feedback, why not try and throw it back to the gentleman and ask him, what's the tuition fee in Imo State University, in case maybe there's any mix-up along the line?
There's another question for you. Vincent Oti says that what the governor is doing with this CGC is that you have dragged non-partisan traditional stools into politics. And that's an ill wind that blows no one any good. And he also says that what the CGC is aimed at doing is that the state government is trying to secure a political structure with the CGC, and it's just about his political future. And you've taken funds meant for the 30 of government for this CGC.
Well, thank you. He didn't say we took funds meant for the territorial government, and then the governor is using it to build a private estate, or a commissioner using it to build something. If it's meant for the CGC, it's still meant for the community. But like I'm saying, we're involving the community in development. One of the recent things we did was to ask communities to bring some sum of money. I think we did an experiment of 250,000, and the government now gave them 1 million naira each. Go to communities and you see the wonders that have taken place. Schools have been repaired. Roofs have been changed. New blocks of maternity homes have been built. Even roads have been repaired with 1 million naira. For those same quantum of work, if you call a contractor or you say government, call a contractor to go and do these jobs, they will not give you a bill, anything less than 20 million naira.
But those contractors that the state government is using, there are those who have complained that these are inexperienced people who haven't done any jobs before.
Who complained?
Some residents, because they say if you go through some of those roads, the quality of work done is very much below par.
Let me tell you about Bele. Come and drive through Imo State. Let me just, in a very simple language, it's bad Bele. Don't forget that Imo State is divided, all right? We have the good and the bad. All the good people are on one side. All the bad people, God has a way of putting them on one side. Just like it happened in Egypt some time ago, when God wanted to let his people go back to Israel. You know, there was this style of coming to mark blood on the door of every real Israelite, so that when the angel comes, he will spare those ones. Somehow, some of the people are going into one particular party or the other, while we are concentrating ourselves in one particular area.
On a more sincere note, I mean, if people see issues, possibly not owing to any fault of the state government, possibly maybe owing to negligence of the contractor, or a contractor trying to cut costs and maximize profits, if they see that a road is not exactly up to standard, how then do they voice or, you know, tell you that this thing is going to be bad in the next, say, 1 year?
I'll tell you something. Recently, I followed the governor on the tour of local governments, and we have covered 25 local governments. It was an open arena kind of meeting, town hall meeting, without restrictions, and it was broadcast live on our own local radio stations and TV stations. When you come to the people and you hear the people speak, you see the spontaneity of their reaction. You see the passion with which they express love. Ask your correspondent in Owerri, he will tell you this. You know that the people are very happy about the roads. Listen, we never boasted to anybody that we're using Julius Berger to do the roads. We never did.
Why didn't you?
Why would we use Julius Berger to do rural roads in Imo State when we have local contractors that are looking for work to do?
But it's the same complaint that they have around that, is it in Kwaji Road, that's in Bitole area, they're complaining to. So this message is coming regularly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Have you heard about that complaint?
No, I will hear complaint, but I'm just saying that most of the complaints that you hear are usually the sponsor complaint. You come to Imo State. Yeah, they are sponsored. I'm telling you the truth. You come to Imo State, you see what is on the ground. And let me explain to you. When you build 500 and something kilometers of rural roads within a space of, say, 2 years, would you expect that there won't be 1 or 2 kilometers of road that had issues or had problems? Will you expect that all the contractors are going to perfect, pious, innocent people who will do it exactly according to your law? There are also issues of roads that have failed. There are also issues of roads that are not completed. There are also issues of contractors that abandon the work. But the work is very massive. But I want people to really acknowledge that we've done about 500 kilometers of rural roads in Imo State.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean,
yeah. So there must be little. It's natural for there to be 1 or 2 little hiccups here and there.
It is natural. Some people will not accept that.
Sure.
I mean, in the sense that if you say that you're doing that 1 kilometer of road that could fail in 500 kilometers could spoil the entire beauty or the entire purpose of the 500 kilometers that you've done.
No, it can't. It's not possible for the failing of 1 kilometer. I'm sorry, my dear. I'm so sorry to disagree with you on this. It is impossible. I mean, it's contrary to common sense that 1 kilometer of road getting bad can spoil the beauty of 500 kilometers of road. There is no way you take 100 people into class and 1, 2, 3 people fail and you say the school had done badly.
No, I think you're misinterpreting me.
Okay,
now,
please
let's
help
imagine me. Now that we're on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and then there's this major portion of this road that is just bad.
All right.
We know how long the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is. And you say that just this major portion cannot ruin the entire beauty of the journey that would have been smooth from all the way from Lagos to Ibadan. Is that what you're saying?
Now, if you look at it where you're coming from, assuming from here to Ibadan, Lagos-Ibadan is horrible, it's impassable, and it consists of 100 kilometers of road. And you do 100 kilometers of road, and 1 kilometer of the 100 kilometers of road is bad. Does that stop you from any accolade for the 99?
Most likely, because my point is this. Now, just a moment, sir. The amount of traffic on that road, I mean, I'm trying my best not to focus for lack of not seeing what the rural road looks like in Imo State. I'm just trying to explain why I asked that question and why you could actually lose accolades for that. The travel time between Lagos and Ibadan should be at the most 1 hour. Now, if because of that bad portion, motorists are spending 3-4 hours, for God's sake, what good have you done their lives when just that one portion, if it was fixed properly, could actually go back to about 1 hour.
Beautiful. Every day we do Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Every day we do Lagos Ore Expressway, Ibadan Ore Expressway. Every day we do Ore Benin Expressway. Every time you come back and you see there is a portion that needs to be patched, it doesn't mean that Yorubega had done a bad work. What I'm saying is that if there are patches that need to be corrected, who are doing that? It's a continuous thing. It is not possible to do 500 kilometers and you have a perfect result. That's the point I'm trying to make. But those people who are on the other side, and like I said, we know those who are on the other side, will rather want to focus on the 1 kilometer in your example and not on the 99 kilometer. Who are saying, focus on both 99 kilometer and 1 kilometer. The 1 kilometer is the feedback we're getting, and that's why government are supposed to have listening
How do you
ears.
address that?
By repairing them. That's the only way you can address it, and that's what we're doing, my brother, my sister. That's the only way we can.
Theodore Ekechi, Commissioner for Information and Imo State, thank you very much indeed for coming on today.
My pleasure.
All right.